So should we be siding with the Quincy on this one? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with Bleach, the Thousand Year Blood War Episode 2. And yeah, so from here on out, I'm completely blind. The first episode, like I mentioned, I had watched when it first came out in the original Japanese. I had not watched it in the dub yet, so that was new to it. But now we are on to episode 2. I am completely blind from here on out, outside of the things I mentioned last time, like with the voice actor stuff. Um, I don't know where the story's going at all. I don't know character wise where this would go. Outside of maybe a couple of things that I'm not 100% sure. Again, like I mentioned last time, if have been revealed yet, or if that was technically something from the manga that I heard about. I don't know. We'll get to that if it comes up. But yeah. So last time we had the return of the Quincy King Yuhabaha. And we see the effects as the Quincy start to attack. They apparently have the ability to steal someone's Bankai, or at least completely lock it away. But Ichiko is able to somehow stop that from happening, to put it simply. And we see the Quincy go after Captain Yamamoto, and we see like Ikaku and everyone kind of dealing with this as well. It really just sends us back into things without having to re-explain it all. But one thing I'm definitely interested in seeing in this episode is Uryu finding out about all of this. Because I think he kind of needs to know, considering he was supposed to be the last Quincy. I guess that's going to be interesting to try and explain. It's like, oh, hey, Uryu, this guy I just fought, the one who, appeared on my bed. Yeah, I think he's a Quincy. I don't think you're the last one. The amount of aneurysms that Uru's gonna have over that. Gonna be crazy. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be interesting, especially considering what the Soul Society did to the Quincy back then. It kind of makes you wonder who's the real bad guys in the situation. Obviously, for the sake of the series, Yuhabaha and the Quincy are the villains. They're the antagonists to Ichigo and everyone. But I'm wondering if it's going to at least touch on that. It feels like it has to. The Soul Society has definitely done some really bad shit. They're not innocent. They're very much the opposite of innocent in most ways. But Ichigo kind of helped bring a lot of that to light. And his influence within the Soul Society and within, like, knowing and kind of befriending multiple members of it, it's, I think, help them understand more that what they did were wrong. And some of them, I think, already knew it, but, I'm very curious to see how this affects things going forward. How it really, how the I guess you could say political aspects of this are discussed. I mean, there's definitely Soul Reapers that we know will not care. Like Mayuri probably won't give a shit about the socio-political side of it all, as long as he can do his weird science shit and, experiment on people. I don't think he cares. Zaraki just wants to fight strong opponents. He'll be good as long as he can do that. But then you have others who are a little more reasonable, like Hitsugaya. He's definitely gonna hear things out a little more. Kiraku probably would as well. And then you even have like former members of the Go Say 13. That's what it's called, right? Um, Reminder, it's been a while for me. But you have former members like Kisuke and everyone who it's like, oh yeah, he would definitely see the Quincy side to things. I'm very, very curious. And I'm not saying that, like, that uh, he's innocent completely either, because none of them are, but, you know. I'm very curious to see what they do with all of this. And, like, maybe it would be interesting if it went into a full blown civil war with, like, different sides siding with the Quincy and others not. But I don't think it's going to go that route. I think it's more going to be like Yuha Baha is just, like, done trying to, like, play nice about it and probably is going to just completely go insane about it. I guess we'll have to see. Um, but yeah, I'm going to be interested to see how everyone else works alongside with this too, like Orihime and Chad and all of them. There's a lot of questions as to how things are going to be seen and expressed and witnessed and all. And I think that's going to be the most interesting part of this. But we'll see. So, for now, let's get on with this and see what this episode has in store for us. Cutting in here real quick to remind you of all the awesome content we have on the channel. Between Monday and Friday, we have a plethora of awesome series reactions, with 2 on Wednesday. We also have movie reactions every Saturday and Sunday. I pre-record them during the week, but upload them on the weekend. And don't forget about the gaming channel. We have Baldur's Gate 3 every single day. We have Horizon Forbidden West every Monday and Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays is Life is Strange Double Exposure. And Wednesdays and Sundays is Beyond Two Souls. On Saturdays, we have both Poppy Playtime and Nier Automata. And on top of that, don't forget to click the link in the description below to get to today's reaction. I redirect everything just due to copyright. You know how it is. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you want to see more awesome content such as this. Thank you so much for tuning in, and for now, let's get to today's reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So I looked it up, and yeah, apparently Mila Rose, and I guess probably the other two as well, I didn't look them up though, apparently she was in the original series as well, working under Holly Bell. So I just didn't remember her, and that's not unexpected. Like I had mentioned last time, it's been a long time since I've like really watched a lot of that series. I watched like early parts more recently, like back when this was first coming out. I tried to like check out the series again, but I only got up to a certain point, and I never got to like the Arrancar and everything. So I forgot about her. It happens. But yeah, we see her and the others in this are just completely wiped out by this new guy. I'm trying to remember what it said his name was. I think it was Just a Letter. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think he was just kind of introduced with only a letter for a name. It introduces him like really like suddenly and quickly, so give me a second here. I have it muted just in case. Yeah, J. Stern Ritter J. Okay. This dude's hairstyle is like whack as fuck. And he has a little bit of presence to him to where he's like intimidating, but he's also kind of like kooky and like almost seems like he's having fun with it, which is almost scarier because he's not as serious of a villain as he could be. He's very clearly like someone who enjoys his work a little too much. And I mean, it's really interesting to kind of analyze why that makes an enemy more intimidating. And just like it for me at least, it comes down to if a bad person who's doing terrible things like murder and horrible shit like that is doing so with a smile on their face and is having fun and making jokes and laughing about it, they're unhinged. And they are clearly not someone you want to fuck with. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. We see these two who had worked for Eisen. Sorry about her. She's just barking at someone like next door or something. We see these two who worked for Eisen. I don't remember their names. But they try to form like this rebellion, and it just does not work. And then the other three come in, the big three who worked under Hollybell, and they start to take out some of the soldiers, but this guy, Sternritter J, just wipes them out super easily, it seems. And it really does confirm here what we already knew, obviously, that they're Quincy. But we see that they're, from what we could tell, a lot more powerful than normal, too. And we find out that Yuhabaha has infiltrated Waco Mundo, taken Hallibell, and is like using her and using the other like Arrancar and stuff to build his forces and set things into motion. And that they don't leave survivors, they kill pretty much everyone, and their power, their reishi is so strong that they can create this fire that can burn pretty much anything. So it's like, Jesus, how do you fight something like this? Because the one that Ichigo took out was a, let's be honest, low-level scrub. Like, Jay and Yuhabaha and others in that kind of level are going to be a lot stronger and a lot harder to fight. And the interesting thing with this as well is that we don't even fully know how all their powers work and if it's the same as the Quincy back in the day were. These powers could work differently than that. But we don't have Uryu to help us figure that out, because Uryu decided to stay back just due to the, Hollows and Arrancar and Waco Mundo in general being involved and not wanting to, help them because of Quincy stuff. But yeah, it's just, I genuinely am not sure how he's going to react once he actually finds out that these are Quincy. Like, what's he going to think about all of that? And with this episode, we also get Nell returning and everything. They're on a mission to save the third of their group who was taken. We get a very small look into the 13 court guard squads with the funeral and everything, and I really love that moment with Yamamoto just remembering him, and that moment of just pure silence. It says so much. This really continued well off of the first episode, while also adding on to the mysteries and intensity of it all. Sternritter J is a really creepy, really unsettling type of villain who I think is like just, intimidating based on his personality. And I'm very interested to see how this fight's going to go down. Especially with the fact that Kisuke is here, and he is going to end up following them as well. Along with, what's-his-face? I can't think of the name right now. I wonder how much of the battle Kisuke is going to have to get involved in. I genuinely don't know at this point. But this is definitely setting up a lot. And I'm very, very interested to see how this continues to go. The opening was pretty good. Nothing like amazing, but I liked it. I liked the stylisticness of it, as well as the song itself. I've seen a lot better, both from past years and current, but it's not bad. I think it's genuinely good. Just some others probably overshadow it. I don't know. I've only seen it once. But yeah. Tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode? If there's anything I specifically forgot to mention that you want to hear my thoughts on, please feel free. And yeah, I'm definitely excited to see more. We might do multiple episodes at some point. Right now, we're going to stick with one at a time, just for sake of ease while going into this. But we'll see how it goes in the future. For now, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.